everyone. It's
Hi, everyone.
Linda and Arlene, and we're moving on in January. Here we are, cold weather. Woo! Cold weather on the East Coast, New England.
Yeah,
So, what we're going to talk about today, because it's January, so it's new beginnings, resolutions, and this is about how do you create the things you want to bring in? So, it's about manifesting. How do you feel about manifesting, Linda?
it's a unique art, but once you get the hang of it, by getting out of your own way, it can work pretty well.
Let me tell you something. This is a very magical time we're in right now, energetically. I know people talk about, and I've talked about it for years, the ascension process. Like we're moving
Right.
from a 3D to like a 5 and upper higher realm.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what that means, it's a little esoteric, but the veils are getting thinner and they're being lifted. So
right,
I always say, wait till the aliens, come in. I mean, we are alien because we're not from here anyways, but
right,
we're going to be able to see more of that and things happening. So it's
right.
about manifesting, but be very careful for what you ask for and be very specific for what you ask for. But you could try
Yeah,
things. We were just away. My husband and I were away for a couple of days. And, I do this. We're in the car, we're going somewhere. And I say, and I thank ahead of time. I said, thank you, angels, for the perfect parking place right in the front. I thank you for it. And it's right there. And he goes, oh my God. I go, see?
you know who else works like that is my friend. He's going to be on my show, Tom Moore.
Yeah, I've seen, yeah.
Most benevolent outcome. I tried it and it works. I get the front
Yeah.
parking space.
Or for the highest good of all, my usual prayer is you ask for something, you say for the highest good of all concerned. Yeah, that's
Okay.
another way of putting it out there. But you ask rather than wanting something, see it, it's there, it's all there for us. So be thankful and say, I thank you for that we're receiving this, or I'm receiving this now. What you focus on, what you feed breeds, what you focus on grows, right? I always say to
Right.
people, it's like if you've ever lost a filling, right? Like a little, and your tongue goes there, right?
Yeah.
And you're all of a sudden you're going, and you feel like that little hole, where the filling was, and your tongue
Yeah.
starts going,
Yeah.
and then your mind starts going, oh my God, I have to go. This is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. And then all of a sudden, I mean, it's happened for me. All of a sudden, I start feeling pounding, and it starts hurting. It gets
Yeah.
sensitive in that.
Yeah.
It's like we're
Yeah.
creating it. We're focusing on it, and that's what we're focusing on. That's
That's what you're
that's
focusing
what
in
we're
on.
receiving. So again, what you focus on grows. What you feed breeds. I shared that with somebody I started working with when I was leaving that job. She goes, "What you feed breeds, Arlene." I go, "Yep."
That's true.
So what are ways, examples of what we could do to do that? And I always go back to making a list. Okay. So when I said I manifested my now husband, I wasn't looking for a husband at the time. I was looking for a relationship.
Were you specific in what you were looking for?
Yes. In fact, I wish I have it somewhere. I made a list. I put down all the attributes and I started with honesty, trust, all the things, humor. He had to be, had to have humor, intelligence, good work ethic, like
Yeah.
my friends and my family as much, loving care. I mean, I put down a list of it and I had 3 columns going. So whatever you want to manifest, whatever you want to create, think of it as like you're a sculptor and there's a blob of clay and you're sculpting something. So be very specific for what you're asking and what you're creating to bring forward to you. Because the universe can play tricks with you. Like they could do a
Sure
little
can.
ha ha. Well, guess what? You didn't say that.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I did that list and then I folded it up, and I started a journal that at that period too. And I wrote the journal to my love. And I did it. I was trying to do it daily to my love. You are out there. I wonder what you're doing right now. And this is what I'm doing. And da-da-da-da. After we were together for a year, I gave it to him. I didn't have it filled up, but anyways, I gave it to him.
Was he romantical?
Somewhat, yeah. Yeah. He was good, yeah. So anyways, yeah. And then I came across that list. I put it away. Like you said, you ask, you let it go. Could something happen instantaneous? Yeah, but other times you have to let it cultivate and let the universe work its magic to bring it forward. And I came across that after we were together for a little while, and I couldn't believe
Uh,
it. I opened up and I read it. Do you know 98% of what I had down there was there in him?
I love
I
it.
swear to God, I swear to God. So be specific in what you're manifesting, what you're creating and trying to bring forward. And as you said, right, let it go. This is like another form of what our prayer, when we pray, if you want to call it prayer,
Yeah.
whatever, we pray, we ask, and we think we let it go, but then we end up taking it back.
Yes.
You know, I know a lot
Yeah.
of people, and I go back to relationships, and they're like, oh, well, I have they'll ask for something and they want a certain person or a certain way, and then they go, oh, but I'm not lucky in love.
Oh, yeah. It'll never
I'm
happen to me.
jinxed. I'm jinxed. Well, guess what?
That's exactly what happens.
You're saying it, and that's what it's going to be, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we have to be mindful for that. The other thing that I'm big into, and I think
What?
I shared this before. So I have an example. I'll show you. I just did this. It's not my. It's called a vision board. Now, years ago, Linda, because you're cut from the same cloth as me, the same generation. Remember, we used to call them collages. Remember
Yes.
collage? Oh
I
my God.
remember, and a lot of people were having classes on that.
I didn't have class, but you know what? When I would go out with the guys and I would make them a card. I used to love making cards, and I would cut out all these things and a couple holding hands, and they liked it. So this is okay. I'm going to show you. I just got this.
Oh, I love
It
it.
says this is it says don't forget to be awesome. So what you do is this happens to be I found this online. It's a magnetic one, which I like. It's magnet. But you could get I had one that was a cork board and you put push pins. So what you do is
Yeah.
you get magazines or whatever, you cut out words, catalogs, you cut out pictures. So this says peace is possible. What's the other one say? It says forget your troubles by counting your blessings. And this is like, doesn't the world need a little more kindness? Enjoy the great outdoors. So I want to travel. So I put down the Amalfi Coast, Greece. Oh, this is New Zealand and Australia. But okay, so this is an example of how to do it. It takes a little work, but it's fun. I had this before, not that one, but I had one I did before I met my now husband. I had it in my bedroom. So I would look at it the first thing when I got up in the morning, and then I would look at it at night. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like looking at, an advertisement on the highway. You look at those things and you go, well, that's stupid. But guess what? It's subliminal and it's
Yeah.
going into your mind constant, constant, constant. And that's what brings it forward also. I had down an area for travel and I had Greece down there and I had my girlfriends, and I had different places to go. Guess what? I created, I went to Greece. I don't know how the heck I did it because I almost lost my house at the time. I didn't have two nickels, two pennies to rub together, but I did it.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, well, it was weird with 4 women because you don't know people until you travel with them.
Or you travel with them,
And
exactly.
I drove in Greece, believe it or not. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah, I did. I'll drive anywhere. What do I say? I'm a pilot. I'm not a navigator. I have the worst sense of direction. I could get lost in a paper bag, but I'll drive it. So I had that on there. I had travel. One area I had spa, relaxation, massage, all that. Then I had pictures of like a house. And you know what? I'm in the place now. I had a fieldstone fireplace from the floor to the ceiling, a fieldstone. And that's what I'm looking at right now on the other side here. So it came to
wow.
be, that came to be. Then I had music because I like music, not, I I'm always with musicians. My husband's a musician too. So I had a baby grand piano. I don't have that. I do have a keyboard downstairs where he has his music room. And there was a couple dancing. He had a tux on. Not that I want somebody in it, but it was a couple dancing, right? Like this. And so I had that on there, right? So I meet him, and his name happens to be Fred. I swear to God, I look at the vision board and you know who the couple was dancing? It was
Oh,
Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. And I went, oh, I mean,
wow.
talk about bringing forward a person and had the same name. I was like, oh,
Wow.
so
Amazing.
yeah, be wary what you put down. But I know Oprah does this.
Yeah.
There's people that are high up there with a lot of stuff and they do it. It's their practice. I remember reading about another man, and he was talking about how he had different vision boards. Like maybe he might have done it like every year, like the new year, you know, create a new one. He had boxes, and I guess he had some in the box. His son was sitting on one, and they were unpacking, and he took it out, and guess what? There was a picture of a house, and they were in that house. He ended up buying the exact house. Maybe it was a house that he would drive by and see, and he forgot about it. And he had that, and he actually ended up moving there.
Oh my God, I
So
love it.
it's just like that thing with Jim Carrey of writing the check for $1 million and, you know, you create it. When I had my business, I would make a list like in the morning because I used to try to get organized. I guess I had a thing about being organized. Even when I was a kid in grammar school, remember we used to have pencils, you sharpen your pencils. And
Yeah.
remember the
Yeah.
binder? You had a 3-ring binder
Yes.
with the every weekend. Don't ask me why. Not that I was a great student. I had to have it organized. I had to have it in order, and I had to sharpen all my pencils and put it in the pencil holder and everything
Oh,
because I couldn't think. It made me think clearer or something. I don't know. When I'd be going into work, I would think, okay, I have to call this vendor, this vendor, this vendor. And there was a cleaning product I had because I had a cafe with my business also. And this guy would come around, you know, like once a year, and he would sell this cleaning spray for
right.
counters or whatever, right? And I used it, and I had used it up, and I thought, oh, I have to get more of that. And I don't know who this guy is, but I said, I know I have his information somewhere at work underneath the counter or something. So, but I went in my head and I said, I I actually did this. I said, I am asking you, whoever you are, whoever the person's blank, 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 to come in today and see me because I need to order and get more of that spray. Well, guess what? I totally, and then, like you said, I let it because I forgot about it because you're busy doing work, right? And all of a sudden I'm
Yeah.
doing things and the door opens up and it was him. And I went, I swear to God, I said, holy shit. He goes, and I told him what I did. But that's the way it works.
Yeah.
It really does. And 9
I
times
haven't
out of
practiced that in a long time. I'll start practicing again.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm glad you said that because like I said, I've gone to so many workshops and certified in a lot of things, and I facilitate a lot of workshops. But then when it comes down to why is that? We have,
I
like you said, we have these tools in our tool belt. We have these pearls, but then we don't use them.
don't use them.
Why?
And we have the ability.
Why? Why do we do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it some energies that don't want us to or something? I don't know.
I don't know. Edgar Casey could not gamble or anything. He couldn't make money happen. They won't allow you over there.
I remember hearing that somebody asked somebody that had gifts to pick out numbers and that. Maybe they got it for the other people, but they couldn't get it for themselves.
They couldn't get it for themselves.
I always try that too when I go to the casino. I go, come on, come on.
My daughter has just a knack of winning with casinos. I've never seen anything like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Does she think about it or does she?
I think she just knows she's going to win. She goes in there to win.
It's funny you said that because we just came back for a couple of days. You know, in Connecticut, we have the world's biggest casinos, 2 of them here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're Native American, the Massapequa tribe. And yeah,
They're the world's biggest
they're
casinos.
supposed to be the 2 world, yeah, largest casinos. Yeah, they're big.
Bigger than the Comanche.
They're big. They're big. A lot of
Okay.
area that you walk. I mean, you're tired when you walk around. You get a lot of exercise walking around those places, let me tell you. But we went, and you know what? I went into the slots are the worst thing you could win on. You really have to play the table games, but you need a lot of money nowadays because the stakes are, you know, they used to be $5, now they're 25, so I won't do that. But I did. I went in and I said, okay, I'm doing so much and I'm hitting now, and I did. I didn't get a
Wow.
ton, but I got, a little cha-ching.
At least you
Enough.
won back what
I took
you
him out to
gambled.
eat, you know what I mean? So it was fun. And he was like amazed. He's like, oh, wow. But yeah, that was fun. So,
That's
oh, I
great.
have to show you one other thing because you said about, we're talking about manifesting. I have to show you one other thing because I put him, I put the picture down and it was Fred Astaire, and I have to show you one thing that came up. My husband, he loves cartoons, um, comics, comics. So he gets the comic thing and everything. I told you I met him on Plenty of Fish, and it said, "What did you expect with Plenty of Fish?" It's two mermaids and there's a screen. I don't know if you could see that. Can you see that?
Yeah, I see that.
You see what the name is here? There's
Uh,
Fred.
oh, there's Fred. Oh my God.
Is that weird? I mean, is that like,
That's not a common name anymore. It used to be back in the day.
I know he doesn't like his name. He wasn't supposed to, he was supposed to be John. But his maternal grandmother said, you have to name him after his father, who was Fred. And his father didn't like Fred either, They
Wow.
used to call him Mac. But when he did that and he framed, and I go, oh my, I can't believe that. Isn't that odd?
That's so
It's like
weird.
the heavens are sending in, signals and that. So,
Exactly.
folks, this is all about balancing out. We want to be, so it's the new year to clean out everything. The other thing, and I think we talked about this before in previous episodes, as far as energy, clearing out stuff. So with the new year, you could write things down that you want to let go of, even though it's past New Year's, you could still do it. Write down what you want to let go of, and then it's good to burn it and release, because you release it, you can't take
Yeah.
it back. So that's a good thing. And also, clear out your house. You could use regular sage and burn it. But a lot of people don't like the smell, the smoke. They do have liquid sage in a bottle, and you could just spray it. I used to do house clearings and restaurant clearings for people and that. And you start at like the lower level. So if you have a multi-level home, you start at the basement and then you release it up at the attic. So you do around the doors and everything, you let it go. It's just like when people come in and everything, because people come through your home and you don't know what they're bringing with them.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right, Linda? I mean, people bring in spirits with them. And
Oh, yeah. People like us, like someone like me who used to read out of a place, I could feel some energies tagging onto me sometimes.
yeah, if you're not aware to clear yourself off and release that,
Yeah.
so when they come in with that, you just want to clear. It's like sweeping out your house, and you just clear
Yes.
that out. So be mindful of that. Start a new year, you could do that and do it every so often. Especially if somebody comes in, if they're sick, and they could be sick in different ways. They could be sick emotionally, mentally, addictively. A lot of times a weaker personality, they'll have addictive energies that will attach to them, if they're not
Yeah.
aware of it. So you just have to be, it's nothing to be afraid of, it's just to be aware of it. And you
Yeah.
want to keep clearing, and open to receive all the good.
Right. Exactly.
So hopefully this was helpful and you got some little pearls of wisdom out there. And we're very excited. Our last episode for January, we're going to have our first official guest speaker on. Her name's Lynette, and she's a dream teacher. So we're going to talk about dreams, and that'll be on our next episode. So make sure you tune in, listen,
Stay tuned.
watch, hear, listen, share, subscribe. And we love you guys. And always, always what we say, Linda.
Be the change you want to see.
Yes, be the change you want to see, and manifest, manifest, manifest. And we love you guys. And from our hearts to yours, remember, love yourself, and joy, love, balance, peace. You have inner peace, you have it all.
There you go.
Love you. Love you, honey.
Love y'all.
Till next time. Bye-bye.